Businesses are valued based on a multiple. A dollar is not a dollar. Here in multifamily, a dollar at this property, a dollar is worth $16.66. Okay, we are here today at our 56 unit apartment and we are doing a video update for you guys. We've owned this deal now for 6 months. We've talked about it in past videos, but what we're doing today is we're walking you through the entire deal, how it's performing. And if you stick with me to the very end of this video, I'm gonna do two major things for you. Number one, I'm gonna do an entire cash flow breakdown. So I'm gonna talk about all the expenses we have to own and operate this building because we're owners and operators. And I'm gonna show you how much free cash flow we get every single month from owning this asset. Because I'm nosy. I like to know if you own a property, how much cash flow do you make? So I'm gonna do that for you guys. Also, number two, the number one question we always get in all of our content is how do you underwrite? So this deal I purchased off market, just my wife and I together from a broker. So I'm gonna show you a quick and easy way to underwrite multifamily apartments, literally 30 seconds or less. We're gonna break it down for you in the office. So make sure you stick with us to the very end. Guys, we're here, we're walking real estate. This isn't theory. This isn't just random things we're talking about. My wife and I live and breathe this stuff and we're excited to bring you along with it to teach you how to get into real estate. I don't care if you buy a single family, I don't care if you buy a duplex or you buy a big 56 unit like this. That's what we're here about. So without any further ado, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so we are at the front of the building. It is a little loud here, so bear with me, but why is it loud? Because look at all this drive-by traffic. This is a major road here in Michigan. This is in Warren, Michigan. We're on the border of Warren and Sterling Heights. So you guys, you know, if you follow the channel, we always talk about location. This is an A+ location because we get the drive-by traffic 24/7, 365. If you've been on the channel, you followed us to some of our smaller deals, which is really cool. Kind of get to see us progress and grow as we help you progress and go. But those smaller deals are tough sometimes because they're tucked away. You don't get as much drive-by traffic, but this is free marketing 24/7 because the biggest loss of income in owning apartments is vacancy, just when units aren't filled and you don't have enough people in there. So this is the number one biggest thing is we have the drive-by traffic. We have a bunch of traffic coming through all day long, which is very, very valuable. Let's talk about some of the upgrades again, guys. Bear with me, I'm yelling a little bit. Let's talk about some of the major things we are doing to this property. Number one thing, we came in, cleaned up landscape. Like I'm a little bit annoyed right now. There's a little bit of trash out here. It blows over. So we do have an on-site manager here who helps and assists with taking care of the property. So that's another big advantage. When you get a property this size, it allows you to have an on-site manager. When you have an on-site manager, everything runs better. We'll talk about that. But for all you haters on YouTube, we get 99% love and support, and that's what we love. But to the haters that say I'm capping, Nick, put what capping means on the screen. We had to Google it, what capping means. That's my freaking name on the building. You guys think we're making this up? You can't, that's what I love about real estate. You can't fake it. You can't fake when your name's on a building. So we talk about what we really live and do here for you guys, but obviously we did new signage, and the sign is huge because we get people who will drive by and call off the sign, so that's big. What we are doing though, so when we bought it, it was fall going into winter. Now we're in winter going into spring. We're gonna thought about painting the building, but we're gonna leave it as is. We're gonna repaint the doors. We're getting a brand new roof on all 8 buildings. There are 8 buildings, 8 units each. Guess how much a brand new roof costs, dude? $200,000. So $200,000, but it needs it. The property needs it. And that's what's very important. If you guys are gonna buy multifamily assets, understand you are buying a business that needs to be taken care of. We're gonna do that. And again, to our business plan, when you buy a property at first, you create a business plan. We'll talk about it a little bit in here. And you only improve to your business plan. Like sometimes people will comment when they'll see our units, because we'll go show you our model unit in a minute here. They're like, why didn't you put granite in there? Why didn't you put stainless steel Wolf appliances? Why didn't you put under counter microwaves? Guys, you're not living there. This isn't like a flip. This isn't a home you're gonna go live in. It's profit centered. So sure, if we spent 15 grand upgrading a unit, but are we gonna get the ROI out of that? So that's why when sometimes you guys leave those comments, I don't think you're being rude, but I just don't think you maybe understand what this is. This is a business. It's like, would you take a Honda Civic and put Lamborghini rims on there? No, you wouldn't, because you're never gonna get that resale value out of it. This is a B- C+ class asset. This isn't luxury asset. Why would you put luxury upgrades in a C-class asset. You're never gonna get the money out of it. So really make sure when you're doing something like this, especially at this scale, I mean, this is a multi-million-dollar asset here, you understand your business plan. You understand the area. You understand what rents are going for in the area. You understand if I put 10,000 or 15,000 into it, how many years or decades is it gonna take me to recoup that investment? Don't just do what you think looks good, do what works to the business plan. And we don't cap here. We talk about real things that have our family's name on it. And real quick too, for you guys, my wife and I, we don't do a 401k. We don't do stock market investing. We do bricks and sticks assets like this. Things we can put our name on, improve, increase the value of, and hold for a lifetime. Why did I put my name on it? Because I'm never selling this building. Well, I don't ever, never say never. Might sell it one day. This is a legacy wealth creating asset, and it's branding. That's 24/7 marketing and branding for our brokerage and our assets. So guys, if you're looking to get into this, understand like this is financial freedom. This is wealth creation. I want your family's name on a building. I want your family to own an asset like this that produces cash flow, produces tax benefits, all that. Now let's go jump into the office. Let's talk a little bit more about the management and operations, and let's get to the cash flow calculations. Hey guys, if you have any questions about what we're doing here or anything that we're talking about, drop them in the comment section below.
Okay, so this is our leasing office / manager's office. So this is where we meet as a team. Our leasing agents meet here as well, also with our agents and our brokerage. So what we have is if we have units that are available, if they're not available to show, we can also show applicants this unit as well. This is our 2-bedroom, 1-bath. We also have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Everything on the back is 2 bedrooms. Everything in the front of the building is 1 bedroom. For the inside here, we have talked about freshly painting the inside. We're gonna start with the outside first because that needs a lot of work on the outside. Inside, interesting, this carpet was from an old building in Detroit. So been here for a long time. We've talked about redoing it, but the first step here would be to also brighten the lights here because they're a little dim, and then paint the walls first. Okay, so this is our 2-bedroom, 1-bath model. Said it's our leasing office too. So what we did is we staged it. When we first took over, there was nothing in here at all. So there was just a desk and 2 chairs in that office over there. So we were able to actually, from a client of mine was selling an Airbnb. So we purchased some of the furniture, staged the office. It's really gone a long way. So before, when we were showing it, people are, they couldn't really imagine what it was like, but these 2-bedroom, 1-baths, even the 1-bedroom, 1-baths are really good size. So this just kind of helps them imagine what it'd be like to have their own furniture in here.
So how much easier is it to lease though with a unit to show, again, always drawing the contrast of our smaller units that you guys have seen us start with, right? You've been with us at our 7-unit, our 8-unit, our 16 units. What's the challenge is as units are becoming vacant, but you're doing showings, but you don't have something to show someone.
Yeah, so that's been a huge difference. If we don't have a unit to show, or somebody moves out and it needs a cleaning and a painting. So, we've gone back and forth. Is it worth showing, not turned? They walk in and they're just like, oh, it's okay. But when they walk in and see this space, they can really imagine it, and it's gone a long way. Also, too, being here, we've had drive-bys or walk-ins come through, and they've literally sat on these couches and filled out applications. So that's gone a long way too, where before, if somebody walks by one of our other apartments, there's no one to stop in and talk to.
Right. Just the things that we talk about all the time on our channel, on our content, guys, is operations. Buying properties is not hard to do, right? Just find the deal, find the money. Operations is where the wealth and the success is created. And these are just things we've learned and that we're sharing with you along our way. So we started with a 7-unit. Well, we started with single family, then a 7-unit apartment. You don't have an on-site manager there. You can't afford, because this unit does not produce income. But when there's 54 other, and we give one to our caretaker, our on-site manager, so we have 54 streams of income. You can afford to give up 2. And if we just found out one's vacant, you're not like, oh my God, like I'm so stressed out. Like, but if you have 7 units and 3 are vacant, you're not even paying the bills there. Because the question is, or we'll get comments, well, I can't go start at a 56 units, so what should I do? No, start wherever you can. We started with houses 4 years ago, but then, and you help your clients with this, with the Stefan Group brokerage, buy it, improve it, either refinance it and pull the money out and do it on a bigger scale, or sell it in 1031. Like you have a client right now sold 8 single families, buying a 15 unit. So you can just progress to do this. No one starts here. We didn't start here. We progressed to here. And now that we're here, we don't look at 8 units anymore. From a management perspective, it's harder to manage 8 units than it is 56, which sounds crazy, but it's not. It's the reality.
So this is, like I said, this is a 2-bedroom. So we have this as another one of our offices. Again, you can just kind of see what you can fit in a bedroom. As you can see, the bedrooms are a good size. They're both about the same size. So this is a 2-bedroom. The 1-bedroom, same exact layout, except the back bedroom is obviously not there. So we have 1 bedroom here that we use for our office. And then we have the bathroom. And then we have our other office here.
Let's talk just a little bit about, we bought this property in October. At the time of filming this, it is March. So we're about halfway through. Okay, we're gonna get to the numbers in a minute here, guys, so I'll give you the full cash flow breakdown, but this was a value add play. This was off market value add play. Our biggest deal we've ever done. Rents were about 700 to 800. What are the 1-bedrooms renting for right now?
So we have 1-bedrooms are at $950, and then we do a $50 bill back for utilities.
Why, real quick, why is that so important to do a utility bill back? Because here, landlord pays for gas, water and electric.
So the only thing in tenant's name is electric. So that, you know, that's a big thing. And then too, you have all the common areas. You know, there's a lot of expense that comes with it. So to find an apartment that you're just paying 1 utility bill, that's very rare to find. Since it only can have electric in their name, we do a $50 bill back to help cover the cost of water and gas.
So for newer investors, as you're getting small multifamily, how many newer investors do you see or properties you see for your clients where they don't do utility bill back?
Yeah, if anything, I see that they're paying utilities for their clients. So again, if it's separately metered, it's no question asked, the tenant is paying for that utility. Because again, those are variable. You can't control it. The $50, again, if you're smaller, you could divide it out, but once you're bigger, you just do a flat rate. But it does go a long way. I mean, we've even done as small as like $15, but again, it all just helps
NOI.
Cover,
NOI. You live and die by the NOI. That's what we talk about. So real life example there. It doesn't matter if you have 7 units or 70, do utility bill back. So 1-bedrooms are renting for $950 plus 50. She gets mad when I say 1,000. It's $950 plus 50. What are 2 beds? 2 beds were renting before us $800 to $900.
Some at $700. Yeah, they were all over the board here, but now we're at $1,100 and then the $50 bill back, which is, it's market rent, but still we are, I would say, the lower end of the market. So there's a little bit room to increase, but again, we have such a good community here. And that's the other thing, you know, we also want to keep the integrity of our community as well.
And we've done about 30 of the units and we have renewals out for the last 15 and this will be done by June, correct?
By June, yes.
Not even a year.
No.
56, 54 units done. Guys, that's the power of owning and operate. When we had third-party management way back in the day, they could have never done this quickly. And then once we're fully there, then we're stabilized, then it's refinance time, put it on stabilized debt, move on.
Yeah, and one thing too with increasing the rents and things like that, one thing I always look at too is, am I still getting, after I put that new rate out, not just from tenants that are taking the renewals, but am I still getting calls for them? Because if my phone is not ringing, then I'm like, I might be a little too high, but I get calls every day about this apartment. So I know that we're priced appropriately, because that's one thing, you don't want to price yourself out. That's why I like to price a little bit more in the middle than the high end of the market.
That's why this deal has been a home run. And I tell you guys, if you're looking to do your first multifamily deal, make sure it's a home run. Remember our first deal, it was 7 units on the market, listed for $550. What did we pay for it?
$660.
$660. Rents were about $700 there. Now what are you getting?
$1,150 to $1,200.
$1,150 to $1,200. We got that within the first year because it's only 7 units. The property reappraised at $1 million because multifamily apartments are valued like businesses. Single family homes, 1 to 4 units, are valued based on comparable sales. Multifamily is NOI, your net operating income, which is just your profit, divided by the cap rate equals your valuation. So our NOI grew from $30,000 to $60,000, divided by a 6% cap rate, it's $1 million. Went back to the bank, did a cash out refinance, pulled out $250,000. Was that tax income?
Nope.
Tax free because it's debt. But that's the power of it. Then you do that on a 7 unit, then you go do it on a 12 unit, then a 24. You progress up, but that's value add real estate investing. Okay guys, so we're doing something we've never done before. We talk about these things. We talk about NOI, we talk about cap rate, we talk about valuations, we talk about the magic formula. I wanna teach you guys how to do this so you know how to do this. I don't have a real estate course. I don't need to sell you guys any of that. I wanna teach you for free so you can learn to do this. And maybe if you wanna invest here in Michigan, you hire a brokerage. But remember, in multifamily, NOI divided by cap rate equals your valuation. So that's the basic premise formula you need to understand of how you can make money with this. So when my wife and I were able to increase, what'd she say? The rent went from like 700 to let's just say 1,000, right? To keep it very simple. For every $1 you increase the NOI divided by the cap rate, that equals how much essentially profit you're making on the valuation of the building. So for this building, it appraised at a 6% cap rate. Now that might change in the future. It might come in at a 6.5 or even a 7%. But for this example, we'll just use the 6%. So $1 divided by 0.6, guys, do this with me. This is so simple so you understand this, equals $16.66 in valuation increase. Businesses are valued based on a multiple. A dollar is not a dollar. Here in multifamily, a dollar at this property, a dollar is worth $16.66. So let's just say low end, we get $200 in rental increases per unit. There's 56 units here. They're gonna ding you for 5% vacancy anyways, but we give 2 up, 1 for an office, 1 for a manager. So 54, what's 200 times 54? That is 10,800 increase income monthly. Everything's done on an annualized basis. So times 12 months, that's $129,000 and $600 in extra income when we're done doing our business plan, which will be this year. Now you might say, okay, wow, the property's worth $129,000 more, right? No, remember, it's a multiple. Divide that increase by the cap rate, which is 0.06. Let's just call it $2 million. $2 million is what our expected profit will be on this building. That's as simple as it is, guys. You see where the NOI is when you buy it. You know the cap rate, okay? The appraiser is gonna set their cap rate. The broker can tell you the cap rate, and cap rate might move a little bit. And you say, wow, I know I can get $200 more in rents, and I got 54 units. This is why if I only had 5 units, it's gonna be a profit. It's not gonna be as big of a profit. I have 54 units. That's $129,600 more each year, but that's not the total of the valuation increase because it's a multiple divided by 0.06, $2 million. That's increased valuation. Paid little under 5 million for this. So that means this building, when we're done at the end of this year, could easily be worth $7.5 million. That's the power of this. This is why you need to get in this game. That's what this does. That doesn't even take into account the tax benefits. That doesn't take into account the cash flow. That doesn't take into account all the other benefits that we get from owning it. That's just pure profit. So if you have questions with this, comment below. You can just understand this simple formula. I don't know how to make it any simpler for you guys. We talked about it on podcasts, but now we're here at the asset showing you this. This is what you have to understand how to do. If you understand this and you know the property and you know your business plan, this is how you can win and win big with multifamily real estate. Okay guys, so there's been a lot of information in this video. Again, I wanna make these YouTube videos not only a documentation of our journey, so we can really always show like the progression we're on to help you guys, but I want this to be more valuable than any course you've ever bought for free. And that's our goal here. So if you have questions about anything we just talked about, we try to show you the operations and the numbers because we're one of the rare few who actually do both. We do the financing, the acquisition, and the operations. Comment below. So as promised, we're sticking with me to the end here. How much cash flow do we talk about? We talked about the potential profit to be made on the sale. Let's talk about the cash flow. Our gross monthly income right now is $50,000 per month. We're still have about, what did Andrea say? Maybe like 20 more units to increase the income on. So we're at $50,000 gross rental income right now. Our principal, interest for the mortgage, our taxes, and our insurance monthly. Now, multifamily real quick, you pay the insurance and the taxes annually. Like you pay summer and winter taxes, you pay insurance once. But let's just assume it was escrowed, like a house is $34,500. So now is that all profit? No, you have expenses. We pay manager $750 a month, okay? Plus he gets other pay and incentives, but $750 per month. Our maintenance on here is really, really low, but let's just even say we we budget for $1,000 per month, but routine maintenance is never really even that high because this is such a good building. And this is what's so important, because this is where I see people get tripped up too. They're like, how do I underwrite? How much maintenance? You got to know the asset. Like when we walked this asset, we saw it was meticulously taken care of. So we don't have much in maintenance. So $1,000, all of our utilities all in monthly are $6,330. That includes water, trash, and gas because tenants pay electricity. And then our vacancy and our bad debt. So true story, we have zero in delinquency at this property because it operates so well. My wife crushes it, our on-site manager crushes it, our team crushes it. But we budget for $1,500 a month. That means if someone moves out and we just don't have a new tenant in there, which again, we're getting people in the next day, it's a budget. So all those expenses, $50,000 minus all those expenses, our monthly cash flow is $5,920. Our annual cash flow here, $71,040. And again, that doesn't include the tax benefits we get. That doesn't include the long-term appreciation we get. That's just pure cash flow. Today, a year from now, 2 years, like make sure you subscribe to the channel because we'll do update videos. That's the power of real estate investing. Okay, guys, so we went over a lot of information here. I showed you the property, we showed you the management side, we showed you the operations, we talked about leasing, we talked about the magic formula, we talked about NOI, and we did a cash flow breakdown. So guys, if you enjoyed this, hit the thumbs up. I love when you guys will like DM me or email me, like I love the video. Please put it on the video because it tells YouTube that you guys like it and it'll share with more people. If this was valuable, drop a comment. If you have questions about anything, I reply to all the comments. Drop a question, something didn't make sense, drop a question. Let me know where you're at on your journey. And remember, you don't need to go buy a 56 unit. You go buy a duplex, go buy a house, go buy an 8 unit, start wherever you can. But I want you to learn from us at the 56 so you can go do an 8. I only had the confidence to put a 56 unit under contract in my own name with my wife, no partners, no syndication, because I started with those smaller properties. So there's nothing wrong with starting small and working your way up. All right, so if you enjoyed today's episode, we want to hear from you. We want to get your feedback. I love when we get comments. I love when we get feedback. I hate just doing a video and not hearing from you. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, drop a comment. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you want to see more of? What are your thoughts? If you have any questions, put them below. If you notice, guys, I respond to all of my comments personally, and I'm always going to do that. So drop a comment below. Be sure to like the video because it helps us get to more people on YouTube. Be sure to share the video. If it's helpful, please just share it with a friend. That would be a huge value add to us. I have a couple free resources for you. Number one, you want to learn more about wealth creation, the mindset around wealth, how I went from working in my business, building a business, to investing into real estate, all from starting from scratch with food stamps, Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Get my book. It's called The New Rules to Financial Freedom. It sells for $19 on Amazon, but you can get it for a free digital download by clicking the link in the description. If you want to learn more specifically about real estate investing, the BRRRR strategy, how we've grown our portfolio, I have a free masterclass that people paid $3,000 to come live in person in California to learn in person with me teaching that room, but you can get that masterclass for absolutely free by clicking the link below. Finally, if you want to invest into real estate in Michigan, and maybe you're from Michigan, maybe you're not from Michigan, or you want to learn more about our brokerage, the Stefan Group, and either have joined our team as an agent, invested with real estate, or have us help you get into cash flow producing real estate, click the link below, Stefan Group Real Estate, fill out that quick expression of interest form. Someone on our team will reach out to you, set up a call, learn more about you and your goals, see how we can add value to you. Until our next episode, thank you so much for being here. We'll talk soon. Thanks.